Hi, my name is Mandy with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today's class is Opportunities and Sales Pipeline. And so today I'm going to go over some prep work that you may want to do prior to creating that opportunity within your command, just to set yourself up for success. And then we're going to deep dive into your Opportunities tab. It's the two hands shaking over here on the left-hand side of your command. Let me zoom in just a hair. Let's be a little closer for you guys. There we go. And if you're not familiar with the icons, always click that red square and it'll show you the names. But opportunities is right here. Opportunities is a different word for saying transaction. These are your transactions with your clients, whether they're buyers or sellers, people that want to lease, or even landlords. So you can create those transactions right here within your opportunities tab. It is where you will keep organization of your documents, submitting them to your market center, entering your offers, entering your commission requests. All kinds of greatness is living back there. It's also a great place to track your business. So I'm going to show you that all today. Let's start with a little bit of that prep work that I was talking about. First, let's go to your command settings. Over here where your name is in the top right, click that and choose settings. The first thing to look at is your DocuSign account. Now, it does need to be a specific type of DocuSign account called a KW Rooms DocuSign. This does need to be created from within your command account in order to be compatible. So if you had an existing, like maybe a paid for DocuSign account, maybe an e-signature, is what you have heard it called. Sometimes, actually all the time, those are not going to be compatible with your command account here. So we'll go ahead and show you how to actually create a new DocuSign account here or connect one that you already have existing. So I'm just going to disconnect the one we see here already connected. You'll notice it drops down a little bit because these were our applications that were connected. So now DocuSign has moved down here under digital signatures and transactions. You can see it's not connected. So we'll click connect account. And this is how you would create a new one. You would enter your first name, last name, and preferred email address, and you can send a registration email to yourself right here. Once you get that email, you would just need to follow the steps within it. We call that your DocuSign invitation email. And once you follow those steps, you will create your DocuSign password and follow the steps to actually get it connected here to your command. If you already have an existing DocuSign account that you know is the KW Rooms account, instead you can click log in here. You would enter the email address that it is under. Just a second while I grab that. And you can log in to DocuSign. It will ask you for your password. Click log in. You get the green banner of success. DocuSign is now ready and can be found in opportunities. So now notice DocuSign has moved back up under our connected apps here in our settings. We can see connected status right here. And it does give you an email preview of what email address that is currently linked to. Okay, so you just want to make sure you've got that KW Rooms DocuSign account linked. If you need any assistance with that, just reach out to us. We're happy to help. And after that, you just want to make sure you have some commands, or excuse me, contacts set up in command. Over here on the left-hand side, the second icon down are your contacts, little square with a person in it. Go ahead and click that as we go over to your contacts tab here. And you'll just want to make sure that you have contacts already here. And there's actually a way to create an opportunity right in the contact profile. And I want to show you that real quick. Let me point out that we are under Scott's personal command. You can see that here with Scott Leroy's contacts, see it by his name in the top right. However, if you are on a team and you click that name, you may see a team option right here for other accounts. Just recommend speaking with your Rainmaker as to what their preference is. They can adjust the settings to where you can only make opportunities underneath the team profile and not your personal. So if you're running into an error like that, it will tell you, hey, your Rainmaker actually set up settings where you can't use opportunities under your personal profile. So it should stop you. But I just want to point that out here. If I were on my team profile, you would actually see that team's name saying that this was contacts, and now I would see my team name in the top right. Okay. Today we're going to focus on personal profile. So I'm going to swap that back. All right. And so from here within the contacts, you can create an opportunity right here within the contact. I'm just going to click on a contact's name. And over here on the right, you can see opportunities. Now, this may go without saying, but I'm just going to point it out. You'll definitely want a good primary email address to be on file for that contact as you're creating these opportunities, because that will pull into your DocuSign where forms will be emailed to them to sign. There's also a new feature called email updates. So, or client email updates. You'll want them to be able to receive those updates as you work on your opportunity. And so just make sure they have a good primary address. And now that you're under opportunities here, if we had any opportunities associated with this contact, it would show here. But we can also create an opportunity right here within the contact profile. Now, I'm just going to click on this to show you what this looks like. You're fixing to see this in detail. We are going to go through every single field together, but I'm going to do it from the opportunities tab. So I just wanted you to see that this is available here to create this opportunity within the contact profile. And the only real difference by doing it here within the contact profile is that it will auto-populate that client's name for you because you're in their profile. That's the only real big difference by creating the opportunity within the contact versus over here underneath your contacts, excuse me, underneath your opportunities tab. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out of this. And now I want to take you over to your opportunities tab, show you some general navigation. Again, this is your hands here that are shaking. Click that red square if you need it, but opportunities right here. And this is our opportunities dashboard. I'm going to go over again some general navigation of this entire screen here for you. And then we'll jump in detail about how to create that opportunity, how to move it through the different phases. And then at the end of class, I want to show you how you can actually customize this and your sales pipeline for your business specifically and really make this yours to personalize it. So first, now that we're here on our opportunities tab, what you're seeing on your screen is the sales pipelines. Okay, so you can see three, or they're also called timelines, but you can see three of them listed here. The green one is your listings sales pipeline or listings timeline. You have a buyers that's red. You have your leases that are purple. Okay, a little further down, I'm fixing to jump in detail in all of these with you, but just a brief overview. If you come on down, you'll actually see a ratio breakdown and a chart breakdown of your business. It will show you what you typically have the bulk of in your business when it comes to the listings or the buyers or leases. It'll go through those types and numbers and also GCI right here. So probable GCI and potential GCI. That's gross commission income if you're not quite familiar with the acronyms yet. And then activity over here on your right is just a different visual for you to see your business and how many opportunities you're working with. You do have some filter options here to change that graph and look at it a little bit differently if you would like. You can see the uptick in listing opportunities right here in February, which we all know is when the selling season begins, right? And so you can adjust that and view it if you would like. If we had any closings this month, they would also generate down here at the bottom. Okay, so let's go back up and really deep dive right here in these sales pipelines as well. So I will point out you have tabs across the top. The dream team, this is your team opportunities. If you wanted to view those, notice the numbers did adjust for the team. The tab right here is if you're a solo agent or you're on a team, but these are going to be your personal opportunities. And then you have a tab for all opportunities. This is where you can view literally all of your opportunities, just like it says, whether they are team, personal, whether you used to be on a team and maybe you're no longer on a team, you'd still be able to find all of those opportunities here, along with your search, filter, and sort options to be able to look through all of those. These headers are also adjustable too if you would like to sort through those, clicking them, putting them in alphabetical order if you would like, or in reverse. So you can search through here, and the next tab is going to be all discussions. This is if you are on a team and you have discussions going concerning any particular opportunity. Let's go back for today to personal profiles. So personal opportunities tab here. And notice on the right, this is where we have our create opportunity tab. We have a cogwheel for some settings, which I'll jump into in a second. Right here within our timelines as well, you will notice that you have different names at the top. These are your phases. You have 5 phases: cultivate, appointment, active, under contract, and closed. I believe the lease is the one that has a little bit different. Yeah, instead of under contract, it says pending for your leases. Okay. Those names for those phases cannot be changed. They are set. However, inside each one of these phases, there are different stages. And let me show you what I mean. If I were to click on my active stage here, my active phase, you will see that I have different stages for my opportunities to move through. Once that opportunity is active, meaning it's either an active listing or it is now a buyer that is actively looking for a property and making offers, then these are opportunities that live in here, and you can move them from one stage to another as they progress along. It's just another visual display to show you your business and your opportunities where you can come in here and move them around, make adjustments. I can even click on one of these opportunities to go even to a different layer. If I click the opportunity name, now I'm actually inside that opportunity. So don't panic on me yet. We're going to go over this in great detail. Just wanted to show you that there's layers behind those timelines that you were seeing. So let's go back out to our pipeline here. Each one of those bubbles has different stages within each one, and those stages are customizable to you, and I'll show you that shortly. Notice the little bubble with a number under each phase. That is telling you how many opportunities you have within that phase currently. So 7 opportunities sitting in our cultivate stage. The volume for those comes up to a total of 1 mil, and the average time that our opportunities are spending in that cultivate phase is 45.2 days. Notice you get those stats for every single phase of your opportunities here. Okay. Shows you the volume and the average time spent there. You won't see any details when there's no opportunity within that phase. Over here on the far right-hand side, you can actually see your GCI predictions. So the top is potential income. What that means is that's the total possible commissions from every single opportunity that is in this pipeline. Okay. It's the grand total. That's the potential sitting there. But your probable income down here just below it is actually adjusted based on the probability of all of these opportunities getting to the closing table. I'll show you those percentages in a little while and show you how you can actually adjust the probability percentage as well. But that's just telling you based on your business and the percentage of the chance of all 7 of these cultivate stage opportunities actually making it all the way down to the closing or being closed, then this is what you're probably going to make when it comes to gross commission income. Okay. And you'll see that again for every single one of the timelines here. every single one. You'll see those numbers underneath the volume and the average time with the GCI at the end. Okay. All right. I'm not seeing any questions come in the live chat, so we must be all right. I'm glad you guys are tracking with me. If not, just know you can always go to the archive on our YouTube channel, slow it down, stop it, follow through along in your own command if you need to. But again, if you're here with me live and you have any questions at all, you can definitely drop them in the chat. If you're watching back on recording, you can always reach out to us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. All right, so now that I've given you the grand overview of your opportunities dashboard here, let's go ahead and jump in to the top feature right here where I was showing you that you can create an opportunity. So to create that transaction, keep in mind which tab you're under. It can be adjusted, but it does help you out if you just know that you're already on the tab that you want to be, whether you're team or you're solo. Go ahead and click opportunity. And notice this is the same exact field we were seeing within that contact profile, right? And so from here, let's go through every single one of these fields together so that you get a good idea of how to do this. Top left is a required field. You see that little red asterisk? So if you are part of multiple market centers, you can click this list and choose which market center this opportunity will be created under. This is very important, especially if you're an expansion agent, because once the opportunity is created underneath that particular market center, you can't move it from that market center to another one to get it corrected. You would actually end up having to archive it and create a brand new opportunity. Okay. So it's very important to go ahead and make sure that you've got it under the right market center. Next, if you are on a team, this would not be grayed out and you would have an opportunity to choose that team. Now, remember, we were under the personal profile here. So even though we're on a team, it's grayed out because I'm creating it underneath the personal profile. Okay. But if you're under the team, you would have an opportunity to choose which team or to choose your team. Next is your opportunity type. Click that field. You can choose listing, buyer, landlord, or tenant. To make it easy today, we'll just choose listing. And then you can choose the owner over here. We're on the personal profile, so it's just us. Next is going to be the client's name. This is a required field. You can put your cursor here. Notice it says no options. Again, no panicking. Just begin typing in your client's name. This was the difference between creating this opportunity underneath the client contact profile, where it auto-filled that name for you. Here, by creating the opportunity within your opportunities tab, you actually have to fill in the client name. So we will just go ahead and begin typing his name, and you will begin seeing options populate from within your contacts tab. So our little guy is right here and we can select him. If by chance you are creating the opportunity prior to creating the contact, that's okay. Go ahead and click add new contact and it would actually add that new contact for you from right here. We'll choose the guy that we were talking about and you can choose a co-seller as well. It even pulls up related contacts for this little guy if you would like. Below that is opportunity name. You can name this whatever you would like, but it does auto-populate to be the name of the contact, hyphen, and listing. I know sometimes it's probably a little easier to keep it underneath the actual address, maybe when it's a listing opportunity, or if you want to keep it under client name and then actually have the full listing address out to the right, whatever it is that you would like to organize for your business. Okay, remember you have that all opportunities tab in the back and you can sort and filter to find your opportunities if you need to, but whatever would help you reference this at a glance. Next, custom tags. Okay, so you do have custom tags that are not going to be the same as your contact tabs. Okay, let me say that again because I think I said tabs instead of tags. It's a mouthful. So your custom tags right here for your opportunity are separate. They're different than what you would consider for your contact tags in your contact tab over here in command. Okay. These are going to be only for opportunities, and there are ways for you to organize them. If you ever want to come in here and kind of filter through your business just to look like maybe you want to create an opportunity tag like first time buyer or senior or military, something like that, that you would actually be able to come back and sort through those tags in your opportunities to see how much of your business was generated or conducted for that particular niche, just as an idea. Okay, so you can begin choosing from your opportunity tags here, or you can begin typing them in. And if we do not have a tag, which we do not, you can click create first time buyer and it will create that tag for you right here. Kat's asking, can you repeat how you would name the opportunity? It's 100% up to you, Kat, if you'd like to. It does generate it automatically to show the client name dash the type of listing or type of opportunity it is. So if I were doing, if I'd come up here and chosen buyer opportunity, it would still say this little guy's name dash buyer, or landlord or tenant. So it auto generates it to that. But think about your business and how you like to reference it. I know back in the day, like real far back in the day when I was a realtor, I preferred to do it based on the address, especially if you have clients that end up listing multiple properties with you or making offers on multiple properties. For my listing opportunities, I would always use addresses, and for buyer opportunities, I would just always list my files under their name and then add the address later. It really is up to you and how you'd like to organize your business. Okay. All right, and so we just covered our custom tags there. Let's look at these last little fields down here in creating our opportunity. To the left, you have an estimated close date. Now, this is a listing. We're just getting started, and we don't have a close date, obviously, because we haven't even listed it yet. So you can skip that field. Estimated listing price. It is not a required field. You can skip this and fill it in later if you'd like. Opportunity phase. Remember our 5 phases across our sales pipeline: cultivate, appointment, things like that. You can choose whichever one that you want to get this guy started out in. So if it is a listing, um, and you're just starting to reach out and make contact with this guy and nurture this, maybe it's a cultivate phase. If you've already made contact and you know this guy is open to hearing your pitch, maybe you want to put him in the appointment phase because you're fixing to schedule or have scheduled your appointment with him to actually go and look at the listing and give your pitch. If it is active, that means that you have already sat down with this person. They've chosen you as their listing agent, and you're moving forward with getting all those listing docs signed and get the property on the market. It's up to you where you would like to put this guy. Okay, we'll just go ahead and choose cultivate for here. And to the right of this, um, I'm just seeing some questions come in the chat. Sorry, guys, I was just pausing real quick. Kat's got a lot of great questions. The view and access of personal profile versus team profile. What can other team members see? That depends on their permissions on their team, Kat. If they had different permissions or unlimited permissions, they might see more, just like your Rainmaker would. If they have standard permissions, they would see less. In order for them to actually see that opportunity, though, you would have to invite them or add them as an assignee to that opportunity for them to see it, and be a part of that transaction. And also in your DocuSign rooms, when you're working on forms, you would have to invite that person to that room just because of confidentiality, right? So I hope that answers that. Um, for opportunity, do you mean you can have multiple opportunities for the same client? 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. Because think about your return clients. Think about maybe your investors that are making offers on more than one property. Think about your sellers that have more than one property that might be liquidating some assets, things like that. So yeah, you can absolutely have more than one opportunity for a person. So as a team co-buyer or co-seller agent, the best practice is to enter opportunity into the team profile instead of the personal. That depends on your team, Kat. So your Rainmaker will set those parameters within your team account as to whether you can create an opportunity on your personal profile or your team profile. Yep, great questions. I'm glad you're asking this. You are planning on big business, Kat. You're making plans. You're wanting to know the answers so that you can get in here and do it. That's awesome. All right. And so the last three fields here, time frame. You can choose how long your time frame is that you believe that you're going to have this opportunity. I've never seen this filled out. You don't have to put anything there. It's not required field. It's just there if you want to put it there. Next, commission rate. This is required. Go ahead and stick whatever you want in here as your commission rate. We're doing a listing opportunity, so it's whatever you prefer. I'm going to put 4. I know that's high for most areas, but if you bring value to the table, you can charge what you want. Opportunity stage, little asterisks. These are your stages within this phase. And remember, these are customizable. I'll show you that shortly. But right now, within our cultivate phase, which again is when you're just starting to pursue that lead, you have a watch stage, a nurture stage, and now they're hot and they're actually corresponding with you. They're interested in hearing your pitch and you're very close to getting that appointment. So you go ahead and choose whichever phase that you would like to go ahead and start this opportunity in. You can always change the phase and the the phase and the stage at any time. Okay? So no stressing about getting that exactly right. It's a lot of terms to take in at once. When all of your fields, especially the ones with the red asterisks, are filled out, you can go ahead and hit create. This will begin your opportunity. And this screen should look a little familiar because this is where we jumped in looking in those phases and then we went deeper into the stages and then we actually jumped into an opportunity. Well, this is what that opportunity looks like. Going to go over the general navigation of this and then we're going to jump in details into each tab so that you're familiar with each one, and I'll show you how to work your way through each one. Okay. So we did make a listing opportunity. I do want to take a second to actually point out um, the difference between what a listing opportunity and a buyer opportunity would look like. Because see at the top of a listing opportunity, I have a section where I can add that listing. I can link it to my opportunity. In a buyer opportunity, you would not see this because you're not listing their property, right? And so that is one difference. You will not see this in a buyer opportunity. And then also notice I have a marketing tab right here. This is, and I'll go ahead and open it just for this one time here to show you really quick because there won't be a lot that we do within this. This is a place that you can actually quick access, create a design or create a paid ad for this specific listing. You even have some design templates pop up here suggested for you that you can quick click on, make edits, and shoot those right out to your social platforms right from here within your opportunities. Now, if you're familiar with Command at all, you know that there are multiple buttons to do the same thing. This is the same thing as if you were going over here on your left-hand tab and going into your campaigns or going into your designs tab, those kind of things. But for convenience, within your opportunity, as long as it's a listing opportunity, you have a marketing tab where you can jump in here and create those on those quick click buttons. Okay. In a buyer's opportunity, you do not have the marketing tab because it's a buyer. So you're not going to really be marketing them, right? Okay. So I just wanted to point out those two little details that you will see. Okay. So let's go back to our first little tab here. We're going to work our way left to right through this. Right here on the left, let's go ahead and link a listing to our listing opportunity. So we click that. If you do not have your MLS synced with your command just yet, then your listings will not populate right here. No worries. Look over here on the right. See where it says only my listings? We'll just click that to show all listings instead of only yours. And now you can go ahead and come up here either to the street address or the MLS number and search for a property. Let's see if I can find anything with 123 fake. Sometimes I usually can get something. Aha. Okay, great. So we're just going to grab one here. Looks like these are. Okay. So we'll go ahead. This is in Massachusetts. So I'll go ahead and grab this and hit select. And so I've pulled in that listing. Now notice that it actually has that listing up here on the top left associated with this opportunity, but it also filled out some information down here. Remember, we're under our details tab. So key information, you can see it listed right here, but also over here on the property information, it did go ahead and fill out that information for us. For a buyer, since you can't link the listing, you would actually have to click that little pencil right there and jump in and actually add that property once they're under contract. We scroll down a little further, you'll see key dates on your left. Again, little pencil to fill that out. You can scroll down. Financial information is listed right here, as well as ownership. When it comes to this particular opportunity, it shows you which market center, if there is a team, and who the owner is. Coming back up here on our right a little bit, if you wanted to add a description, you can. Seller worksheet, just some numbers here. These will begin to fill out eventually, but you can go ahead and click that pencil and edit them if you like. Parties to the transaction, if you'd like to add some vendors. And your earnest money. Here's a send earnest request. Sorry, I was trying to let somebody in the waiting room and I may have accidentally clicked to ask someone to unmute. That was totally by accident. When I was trying to let the person come into the waiting room, they disappeared. I think somebody might be having an issue with their signal because they keep dropping in and out to the waiting room. So sorry if you just got a notice that I was asking you to unmute. I'm not. All right. And back up here at the top. So these are our details right here. Okay. We just covered our marketing tab. So let's go ahead and jump into documents right here. Now, documents. So over here on the left-hand side where it says pick checklist, you can choose what type of property this is. We'll click residential listing. And notice this begins to update. Now we get to see our Market Center's checklist for all the forms or documents that we actually need to get signed and submitted to our Market Center in order to have this listing like go live and be official with our Market Center. Okay. So over here on the left, notice it did change. Now I have a listed section. When it goes under contract, I can click under contract. Notice my checklist changed. And then when it closes, I would click on closed. And there are the documents that I need to submit to actually formalize that, hey, this property closed and I'm going to submit that to my Market Center to let them know and get that processed, right? So just want you to keep an eye over here that this is where you would come to go ahead and pick your checklist. And then on the right over here, now that we've chosen residential, I'll just show you the document fields very briefly. Just notice that some are required. As you scroll down, some will be conditional, okay? And some are optional. So you'll just notice that color coding, okay? Scrolling back up, let's talk about how to actually submit those forms. Now remember, we started talking about DocuSign, and that is actually where you go and get those documents sent out to your clients for signatures, receive them back. Right now, it's only given me the option to browse my device to upload a form here. If I wanted to choose from my computer to actually pull a DocuSign form, it's not an option quite yet because I haven't created my KW room for this opportunity. See where it says start transaction? When I start transaction, it will actually give me an option if I want to create a DocuSign room or a dot loop if you have those two connected to your command. If you do not have one or the other, that's fine. You may or may not see this option. So for us, we have both of those accounts linked, and we're going to choose DocuSign Room. Notice it's processing, it's opening a new tab, and it's creating that DocuSign room for us. Now, depending on how long it's been since you've signed into your DocuSign, you may be prompted to use your login or your password at some point right there. But still, highly recommend going through your opportunity to get to your DocuSign account. That way, you know everything's jiving together, okay? That your opportunity is linking to your room correctly. So, this is our opportunity room right here for this person. And so you can come in here and learn how to use this by our other classes like DocuSign 101. But now that this is created, I just want to go back over here to my opportunity. And right here, now notice I can now attach documents from DocuSign, not just from my computer. But I'm going to show you how to do it from your computer. Just to show you really quickly, you would click Browse. Depending on your setup with your device, you should get some kind of pop window pop open to give you an option to choose the document. So we'll just choose our document here. And you can now see that it is there and in place. And so there it goes. And so now it says your document has been successfully added. And we have 3 ellipses right here. If we ever need to, I can go and remove that or even print it if I need to. If I wanted to pull in a form for my DocuSign, I would just click this and choose DocuSign. Notice it's updating. So now instead of a browse option to add a document, I would actually select from a drop-down menu or begin typing. And I do not have any forms that are signed within my DocuSign room because we just created it, so nothing is going to come up. Okay? But once you do, you'll start seeing those forms as options in that drop-down menu. And that's how you would add your forms here within your checklists. Once you've added everything that you would like to add and you're ready to submit this to your market center, notice now that we've added documents, our Submit to MC button is live. It is a clickable link now, and you can go ahead and click that and submit this to your market center. If for any reason, for compliance, or you're missing a document or a signature, whatever it is, and the market center has to send this back to you, you can actually come here within the opportunity and you will be able to see the status that it's in, whether it's approved, returned, replaced, or missing. Okay, so you can actually see these statuses. It will show you a status here as well, letting you know what status it is in with your market center so that you can address any concerns here. All right. Okay, so that's how you get to your DocuSign room. That's how you add your documents into your opportunity and how you get it submitted to your market center. Now, let's say you've already got this listing live and you're starting to get offers. So we can come right here to our offers and commissions tab. And I'm going to walk you through how to do this. So you've gotten an offer. So go ahead and click add new offer. And you can name it whatever you would like and just click create offer. And here's where you're going to move through this little timeline right here to fill out all of these forms. So offer details, parties, terms, and your agent analysis right here. Okay. And so version name, we'll just say initial offer and leave it as it is. Offer date, you can choose from the calendar and say what date it was actually sent to you or received. Close date is the proposed close date on that offer. So you can just choose a date from the calendar and move to parties. Now, notice some fields have the asterisks, so they are required, like buyer name. And then our seller information is already pre-filled based on our opportunity details, which, by the way, when we created that DocuSign room, it also pulls in your opportunity details there as well, and it will auto-populate your client's information into forms for you. As you scroll down, you do also have the opportunity to say whether that buyer is pre-approved or just pre-qualified. You can also put in the buyer agent's information and your representation of this listing. So you would put in your name, your email, and phone number if you'd like, but only the name and email are required. Once you filled out the required forms or required fields, you can do terms. Come back up here to the top, and you can start typing in what this offer was. So for terms, we'll just say this was $50K in cash, and they're going to finance the other $750, and the final sales price would be 800K. And so you can do that. Earnest amount, you can type in what they're willing to put down as earnest money. Optional fees, if that's applicable. Termination option, buyer will give termination within certain days after contract. So you can enter that if you need to. And then also seller costs. Seller will contribute X to the real estate service contract or to settlement costs. So like if your buyer's asking for closing cost and things like that, you can just go ahead and put that in here as well and hit agent analysis as our next field. Here's where you get to apply your expertise to this offer. You get to spell out what the pros are and what the cons are. And you can even put a summary here if you would like to. So you could say quick close, high closing cost, or high seller commission, seller cost, and then summary. Add in your summary of what you feel like would be best for them, and then you can click save. That's our first offer. If you had a second offer right here, you would see it listed below and you would have the option to accept one. And once you accept one, the accept option on that second offer would actually go away. But right here with our offer, you have a couple of options. You can accept it, reject it, or the three dots over here, you can add a negotiation, edit, add more to your analysis. You can actually send this over to your client, send the offer, or remove offer. Now, do know that this does not send any official documents like the actual offer that you received. When you say send offer, this is actually going to be just an email offer, and I can hit the little eyeball right here to the right to actually show us a sample of what it will show. Here it is. And it will say, hi, client, great news, there's an offer. It is branded to you, and all the information that you just typed in will populate here within that offer. So it's not the actual documents, but it's giving them pretty much a summary of the terms and then your analysis. Okay. And that's what sending an offer through your opportunity would look like. So you would enter this information and hit send offer, and that would go over to your client. I'm going to click back to get out of that part of the screen. And so from here, now that we have entered our offers, you can go ahead and accept the offer that you would like to. And now from here, we actually need to manage the commission because a commission request would need to go to your market center. So you can click manage commission. And this goes into, again, your commission request to your market center. Now notice, remember I didn't put in a contract date previously when we were creating the opportunity. Now it's red and that does need to be entered. So you can just click on your pencil to edit that general information and go ahead and add that contract date, which would be today, and go ahead and hit save changes. Notice now it is no longer red, so that's cleared up. And over on our right, we see a summary, total commission, how much is paid to the office, how much is royalty, how much the company keeps, and then how much to pay to the agent. Okay. As you scroll down here over to your left, this is where your information will live right here. Now you can edit your agent payment information if you would like. Let's say you had another agent, maybe it's another team member or someone within your office that you actually want to split this commission with. You could come right here and add another agent. This is generally what it will look like. You can begin typing that agent's name here, and the agents within your market center will actually begin to populate right here where you can choose from their name, say how much of their commission split that they're going to get, how much of the unit, so they'll get half. And then you can calculate that here. Moving on down, you'll see royalty commission, E&O. If you want to add in any KW Cares or Next Gen, you can do that. Or any extra payment options like a referral or bonus, you would do that here. And you can go ahead and save changes if that's something you're looking to do. But once this is exactly how you would like it to be, notice over here on the right that you can add a note if you need to get anything to your MCA about this commission request. And then you go ahead and submit this to your office, to your market center. Okay, we're not going to do that today since this is a demo and we don't want the MCA to wonder what we're doing. So, but you would go ahead and submit that commission request to your market center. Okay. The last two tabs, notes. If you want to keep any notes on your opportunity and timeline. Right here is kind of a timeline. You'll see where we've been working on this opportunity today and the things that we've done. So it shows you what tab we were under and what we were doing. It shows you kind of what we were getting done. Okay. And so as you're making changes within these opportunities, it will all be logged right here within the opportunity timeline. And you can filter through your view here on the left whenever you want to help, narrow it down to whatever specifically you're looking for. Okay. So that's it with the opportunities. I do want to show you now how you can actually customize some things in here when you are working on your opportunities. There are some things. Let's go back to our opportunities dashboard right here. Make sure I'm on my personal tab. And from here, I just want to show you those stages and checklists. That is not an official word. Checklists. I'll show you the checklist that you can actually edit and personalize for your business now in our last few minutes together. So again, our little stages live back here within these phases. You can click on any phase and get to any stage from there. So even if we were over here and we clicked on under contract, notice once we're in that phase, we see all the phases listed right here at the top, and I can toggle back and forth to those. Okay, so no worries. You don't have to keep going back out to your dashboard. It's all right here. Okay, but once we are within one of these phases, like let's click on cultivate. Remember I said earlier that you had three default stages within cultivate. You have your watch, your nurture, and your hot. So you see all those stages listed here with the opportunities that are within each one. You can drag and drop your opportunities over to move them from stage to stage. I can even take them and highlight, see where it turns a little green, blue, teal color when I put that opportunity over that phase. I can drag and drop that opportunity over to an entirely different phase if I want to. Here it is right here. Okay, so those are some ways to maneuver and move your opportunities from stages and phases. But up here in your top right, stages and checklist, this is where you can actually come in and change the names of all of these stages and also checklists that you have for every opportunity. Let me show you what I mean when I say checklist. See the little tasks list and it says 0 of 6? Well, those are tasks for this specific opportunity. So if I click that, it will show us here that while it's in this appraisal stage, I have different tasks that I need to get done within that particular stage. It'll tell me when it's due. I can set a due date for ones that it's not. I can check them off. I can reschedule. I can mark them as complete. Task mark complete. And do whatever I need to do as far as adding new tasks to these checklists. I can even apply a checklist that I've created. There's lots in here that you can actually personalize based on what you want to get done within each phase and stage of an opportunity to make sure you're bringing that value and to help you stay organized. This is what it looks like within that one opportunity. I'm going to close this and I want to show you how to edit these for all of your opportunities. I could have edited it right there and it would have applied only to that one opportunity. But right up here under stages and checklists, this is where I can go in and change the stage names, even the probability. Remember, I was telling you you can adjust that. This is where you would adjust the probability percentages. I can create those checklists for each one of the stages. And I can also determine what I want to be sent out as a client update. What I mean by that is, as you're working through your opportunity and you check off those tasks that I just showed you on the checklist, you can toggle on client updates for your opportunity. And that means that they would actually get a daily email of tasks that have been finished and completed according to their transaction, what you've been working on for them. Over here, you see the edit pencil. This is how you would jump in and edit that stage name or your probability. You can drag and drop them into different orders if you would like. You can also click on the checklist. Let's pick one that has like the appraisal checklist has items already added. You can come in here and rearrange them by grabbing and dragging. You can also choose whether or not the client will get an update once that is done. And be smart about these guys because like if your opportunity is in the cultivate stage, you wouldn't necessarily want them to see you like marking off task of call this person, comment on their social, send them an email, right? So think about when you're going to really want the client to get an update that you've done these things so that it is updating and communicating with your client. Once you've edited these checklists here and click save, these are your templates. These will be applied to all of your opportunities moving forward. Okay. And so that way, when you create an opportunity, you'll already have your stages set up. You already have a checklist that will be added to each one of the opportunities. So you can go through and start working on your tasks for each opportunity based on the phase and the stage that it's in. Just very handy stuff that you can get in here and personalize yourself. Okay. I do want to show you how to get, we have 3 minutes left. I'm going to show you how to actually get those client updates turned on for you. So let's go ahead and go back out here to opportunities. Remember that cogwheel I said we'd visit later? This cogwheel right here will take you to the back office settings. And this is where you actually get to set some of the parameters for that client update email. Kat is asking, is there any way to turn off sending emails to client? 100%, it actually defaults to not sending them anything. So I'm going to show you how do you actually have to toggle it on for each opportunity. Okay. And so based on these settings right here, you would come back here and set the time of day that that email would go out. You would say who it was from, the owner of the opportunity. You can choose to send it to the client and the co-client or just the primary. And then you can also choose down here at the bottom to send yourself an email of that update so that you would see it every day. This is handy if you have like an admin working for you or something like that, or you just want to keep eyeballs on what your client is seeing. Go ahead and click owner would receive a copy as well. And you can click save changes at the bottom if you've made any. I also want to show you this right here at the bottom. See where it says preview? This allows you to see what this email would look like. It's going to have your branding at the top. It will have a quick blurb to your client, and it will have the name of the opportunity or the property. And so, excuse me, it'll be the property. And then you will have a checklist. If you had like appraisal has been ordered, um, things like that, you would see that itemized here within this checklist. And then at the bottom, it has your legal footer with your information. Okay, so that's a sample of what goes out. So you'd want to make sure that you've set these settings, right? And it is what you want it to be. Now let's go back to our opportunities. I will go into your stages. Remember your stages and checklist where you can edit what is sent out as a client update. Well, I'll just jump into one of the phases, stages and checklists. It's taking a second to open. Jump into my checklist, and I will choose from here, since these are your templates that apply to your opportunities, change your template if you want it to apply to all of your opportunities. So I could make sure that that goes out on a client update, but not that task. And click save. So now you've set up your templates. But remember, when you are in your opportunity is when you actually have to toggle these on. So I would go to my go to my opportunity. I'm in my opportunity. I would choose client updates on the top right, and I would toggle them on. That means it's on for this particular opportunity. So anything on my checklist that I had marked that I wanted it to go out in a client update, it would. And so go ahead and hit save changes. If you want this to go out, I'm going to choose no. But now whenever you work on any of your tasks, if I had tasks in here and client updates were toggled on, for every single task that is in here, I would have a little toggle option to go ahead and toggle that on if I wanted it to be sent out as a client update, if it just applied to that one opportunity. So you can adjust it on the template level for all of your opportunities, but you still have to have it toggled on. Or I could come in here for our individual opportunities and also choose to customize it based on that particular client. Sometimes you have a client that needs a little extra grace applied. Maybe they want some more over communication, things like that. So you may make changes within that opportunity for those client updates that you wouldn't want applied to all of yours. If you have any questions about that at all, we have a tip video on our YouTube channel that goes over the client updates in more detail. Or you can email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com with any questions that you have. Thank you for watching today. If you're here with me live, hang in here with me a couple of minutes and I will answer any questions that I missed in the chat. If you're watching this back on recording, email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com and we'll be happy to help. Thanks for watching.